This is Jada Robinson, point guard for Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warriors basketball on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors basketball pregame show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
With a quarter of the season already in the books, the Lady Warriors return home to start a stretch of 3 games in 3 days. The first 2 contests did not end well, as the Warriors fell short in both of those, but today they're hoping the spirits will be on their side as they welcome in the Bayport Bluepoint Lady Phantoms. The Phantoms struck a blow last year as they handed Amityville a heartbreaking overtime loss. Will the home team exorcise the demons, or will the Phantoms continue to haunt the Warriors? Find out next, right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. And a good Saturday morning to everybody, and thank you for spending some time here with us on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. I'm Matt Grice, joined by Greg Dickerson, producing and engineering behind the scenes, Dina Wood, Paul Cimino getting us on the air, doing all the camera work. And we have a game for you here today as the Amityville Lady Warriors host the Lady Phantoms from Bayport Bluepoint. Amityville, their first 2 contests did not go the way that they wanted to. Amityville 0-2 on the season. Remember, last year, the Warriors were 4-15 overall. They didn't do so bad, but they ended their season last year on a 6-game losing streak. You can add 2 more to that. So Amityville looking to snap an 8-game losing streak. But before we get into today's contest, Greg, let's talk a little bit about what happened the other day, Thursday afternoon, when the Warriors traveled to Iceland.
It was 19-57.
And that's not how the Warriors want things to go down. But you have to remember, this is a really young team. It's a team that has 2 freshmen in the starting lineup, including their point guard, Jada Robinson, who, from what I saw from the first quarter to the fourth quarter in the first game that you and I covered here, she went from somebody that was struggling to break a full court press, somebody that was having a hard time making a pass across midcourt to one of her teammates without it getting intercepted, to the second half of that game where you could tell their confidence was growing and she was getting stronger. Greg, how important is the role of point guard for this Lady Warriors team?
Really important. It's absolutely important for them.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at what Bayport Bluepoint has done so far this year. Last season, they had a pretty good year. 10-6, 13-6 overall, 10-6 being in the league. The Lady Phantoms are only playing a 7-game schedule this year in the modified season. Amityville's playing 8. So far, Bayport Bluepoint has only had 1 contest. It was a real close one, and it was a heartbreaker against Iceland.
Yeah, 32-31.
32-31, and in fact, Grace Rao for Islip hit a 3-pointer with 20 seconds left, and that sealed the deal. They were actually, Bayport Bluepoint was up by 2 points, and that was a dagger. So Amityville better be careful, because you know this Lady Phantoms team wants to come back with vengeance today. Something else that's an interesting storyline. Last year, despite the Warriors' record not being what they wanted it to be, Bayport Bluepoint had a good season. And when Amityville played Bayport Bluepoint, it was a really tight game that went into overtime. And unfortunately for the Warriors, they came up just a little bit short. So that's still fresh in the minds of Amityville. Even though there's a lot of new faces here, they lost a lot of seniors last year, a lot of leadership on this team. I'm sure anyone that was on that bench last year wants to go out and try to finish what they couldn't finish last season. So let's look at Islip versus Bayport Bluepoint's last game. 2 players that we have to look out for today on the Lady Phantoms is 2 players that had really good games earlier in the week.
Yeah, Miller had 8 points in our game last game, and Harper had 7 points.
Yeah, Magadan Miller was their best player with 8 points, and she's going to be somebody, she's a point guard, she's somebody that the Lady Warriors are going to have to keep a close eye on today defensively if they want a chance to win this one. Well, we have a lot more to talk about here on the post-game show, but why not hear it from the coach, head coach of the Amityville Warriors, is Coach Ashley Jackson, and I had an opportunity to sit down with her and talk about today's game just a few moments ago.
We're here with Coach Ashley Jackson of the Amityville Lady Warriors. And Coach, first of all, obviously the first 2 games didn't go as you would have wanted it to, but this is a young team rebuilding from the loss of a lot of seniors and a lot of leaders last year. What are some of the positive things that you've seen so far in your first 2 games?
Some of the positive things that we saw with these ladies is that they're working hard. And they're working hard, each and every last one of them, and they're staying supportive on and off the court.
Jayla Robinson is your quarterback. She's your point guard, and she's a freshman. And, even from the first quarter to the fourth quarter of game 1, it seemed like she was getting a little more confident with her passes, taking the ball up the court herself more instead of forcing it. It's only been 2 games, Coach, but what have you seen in her development?
Yeah, so we're going to see that a lot with our younger players, but especially with Jada. She just needs to get a little bit more comfortable just being on the court and just being the general. And even in practice, I keep on instilling that you're the general, you're the general, you're the general. And then confidence is just going to come with it. So as each game goes, her confidence level and the whole team's confidence level is just going to increase.
Michaela Warwick, she's a superstar athlete, multi-sport athlete. What have you seen out of her so far, and is she giving you what you would like to see, or are you looking for her to kind of step up and do more and kind of take on a leading role on the court?
Yeah, so Michaela Warwick, I am looking for Michaela to do a little bit more on the court. She has the ability to be super aggressive offensively and defensively. So, yeah, I am looking for Michaela to be just a little bit more of a leader and more of just attacking the rim and just keep on being aggressive.
All right, today you take on the Lady Phantoms from Bayport Bluepoint. What can you tell us about this team and what your game plan is against them?
So last year, our last game with them, we went into an overtime with this team. So it was a really exciting game last year. So I'm hoping just to build off of it. Unfortunately, in overtime last year, we did come up with a loss, but it was a really great learning experience for everybody, even myself as a coach too. So this time right now, we're just going to look up to pick off where we left off from last season with it.
And final question, Coach, what are your keys to victory today?
The keys of it is just to play hard. That's it. We're just to go out there, play hard, and stay together.
Coach, thanks so much, and good luck today.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. That was Coach Ashley Jackson of the Amityville Lady Warriors head coach. Assistant coach Ken Court, his first season with the team, and I know he's making a difference also. So Amityville has their hands full today, as we talked about how the Warriors are kind of bottom heavy. They're a young team. And the Lady Phantoms, they have some veterans in their starting lineup. They actually do have one freshman, Samantha Haber, who will keep an eye on her. She had 7 points, including 2 3-pointers in their last contest against Islip. But Haber is just a freshman. So it may actually be the battle of the freshmen here today, as Haber's a guard and Jada's a guard. Jada Robinson's a guard also. So it'll be fun to see that matchup, to see 2 freshmen playing hard against each other in a varsity game.
Yeah, setting up at varsity this time and this year, it's very exciting and hoping they can put up a major comeback.
We'll have to see. So this is going to be a tough hill to climb for the Warriors, but should be a good contest. We are about 90 seconds away from the start of this game. We'll bring you the opening tip in just a few moments. We just want to take a moment here to remind everyone that our next coverage here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network will be this Monday, February 15th. It's President's Day. It's a 1:45 home game for the boys varsity basketball team. They will be hosting Copeg High School. We will begin our coverage at 11:35 with the pregame show right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. The boys game, they'll be playing right now, actually, as they visit Bayport Bluepoint. The boys had a win in their contest on Thursday, a convincing win against Islip. But what we're focused on right now, Greg, is what's going to happen today between the Amityville Warriors and the Bayport Bluepoint Lady Phantoms. Tip-off is coming up in just a few moments. We're going to have all the coverage for you right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you on the other side of the break. Tip-off in a moment.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community. and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Somos fuertes, somos resilientes y superaremos esto juntos. Pero son tiempos estresantes y es importante practicar también un buen cuidado personal. Es normal sentirse abrumado, sin embargo, hay esperanza. Comuníquese con alguien, conéctese con sus amigos, manténgase en contacto con su comunidad y sepa que no está solo. Obtenga más información en wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Gentileza de la National Association of Broadcasters y de esta estación.
This is Jada Robinson, point guard for Amityville Warriors, and you're watching Warriors basketball on Amityville Broadcasting Network.
It's time for Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And we're just moments away from tip-off here on the campus of Amityville Memorial High School in what is a beautiful brand new gymnasium, part of a $69 million bond to improve the school. And we couldn't be more excited to be hosting games with the COVID pandemic. Both of these schools were not sure if they'd have a chance to play. I actually had an opportunity to speak with the Lady Phantoms head coach a little while ago, Tony Mulgrave. She told me she's just grateful that she has an opportunity to coach her seniors for one final time, that they didn't lose their last senior season. So everybody's excited to be here. We're basically set to get underway. Let's give you the starting lineups here from Amityville Memorial High School. We'll start with the Bayport Bluepoint Lady Phantoms. Number 1, Alexis Niblock, the senior forward. Number 5, Kiera Rooney, she's a sophomore guard. Number 10, Magadan Miller, a senior guard. Number 11, freshman point guard Samantha Haber. And number 12, sophomore Maggie Kennedy. So that's your starting lineup for the Lady Phantoms. Let's take a look at who the Warriors are sending out there today. Ray Bueno on the PA today. You can hear his voice running through here. Aaliyah Bonaparte will get the start for the Warriors. She's a junior forward. Jada Robinson, we spoke of her in the pregame show, the freshman point guard. Izzy Cherry, who did not see any action in the first game of the season, senior, she's going to get the start today. Soraya Mathis, number 30, the junior guard. And the player that Amityville is probably going to rely on most if they want to try to win this game, number 5, sophomore forward, Michaela Warwick. And that's your starting lineup. So now we will take a moment to rise for the national anthem. Tip-off right after this. And we are all set for basketball here on the campus of Amity Memorial High School as the Warriors and the Lady Phantoms get set to tip off. Both teams having their final pregame discussions as the starters are out on the court. We mentioned before, the Lady Phantoms, heartbreaking loss earlier this past week as they played the Buccaneers, and the Buccaneers basically sank the ships of the Phantoms, hitting a 3-point dagger with 20 seconds left en route to a 1-point victory, 32-31. That was the first and only contest so far for Bayport Bluepoint. The Warriors have 2 in the books. They're 0 for 2, looking to change that today and put up a 1 on the left side of the win column. Warriors are set. Michaela Warwick, she'll jump for the Warriors. Maggie Kennedy will take the opening tip for the Lady Phantoms. Final instructions from both coaches. Referees discussing with head coach Tony Mulgrave. Discussing who's going to be shooting at which basket here for the first quarter. And we're all set. The opening tip. And it's won by the Warriors. Soraya Mathis will start, but she loses the handle. Early turnover. Miller drives to the basket. Shot won't go. Rebound pulled down by Jada Robinson. She passes the ball up the court to Warwick. Warwick tries to feed Cherry. And another turnover for the Warriors. So 2 quick turnovers as we are 14 seconds into this contest. No score on the board. The Lady Phantoms inbound, far sideline. It'll be freshman Samantha Haber, guarded by Jada Robinson, also a freshman for Amityville. Rooney has it. Here's a long three-pointer. It's short by Miller. Rebound in the paint, pulled down by Kennedy, but it goes out of bounds. And we'll have to see. They're going to call a foul on Soraya Mathis. So that was before the shot on the rebound attempt. And Bayport Bluepoint will inbound under their own basket. Inbound pass to Rooney. Fakes the shot, drives in the lane, baseline, puts up the 5-footer. Won't go. Warriors with the rebound. Robinson tries to force a pass. It's tipped. Loose ball midcourt. Miller pulls it together for the Phantoms. Right wing. She hands it over to Rooney. Rooney, top of the key. Dribbles with her right hand to the right side. Gets around Robinson. Puts up the 15-footer. Won't go. Gets her own rebound from the right block and hits. 2-0. Lady Phantoms with the early lead. Warriors had a difficult time with the press in their first game of the season. This time they're able to break it as Robinson gets the ball up the court over to Mathis, who puts up the long shot, won't go, air ball. And with a 2-0 lead, the Phantoms take over. Haber crosses midcourt, guarded by Robinson. Dribbles with the left hand to the left side, top of the key, picks up her dribble. Finds Rooney. Rooney thinks about a three. Instead, passes it over to Miller. Miller drives in the paint, puts up a shot, won't go. Battle for the rebound in the paint, pulled down by Soraya Mathis. Mathis, double team, looking for help. Finds Robinson. Robinson picks up her dribble. Gets a pass over to Aaliyah Bonaparte, who gets her first touch of the game. Top of the key now, it's Warwick. Warwick thinking about driving, picks up her dribble, and they call a travel on Michaela Warwick. I know Coach Jackson wants to see some more aggressive play by Warwick. On that one, it seems like she hesitated whether she was going to drive to the basket or pull up and pass the ball. That's what led to the travel. 6:11 to go here in the first. Still 2-0 Phantoms. Haber has it. He sends it around the world. Bounce pass, middle of the court. It's Miller. Drives to the basket. Left hand, up and in. 4-0 with 6 to go here in the first quarter. Bayport Bluepoint in the lead. Ill-advised pass. It's intercepted by Rooney. Rooney, 1-on-3. Takes it herself with the right hand from the left side, and she lays it in. And it's 6-0 early on here in the first quarter. Phantoms out in front. See if the Warriors can break the press here as Rooney gets her 4th point of the game. And Warriors having a hard time getting it past midcourt. Now Warwick takes it herself. Dribbling left side. Left block. And another travel called on the Warriors. So 4 early turnovers here for Amityville. But it's just a 6-0 lead with 5:26 to play here in the first quarter. Plenty of time for Amityville to come back. Haber, top of the key, dribbles, right wing. Passes to Miller in between the circles. Now it's Niblock. Niblock finds Rooney, puts up the long 2, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Niblock. Fresh shot clock, long 3-pointer, in and out. And the Warriors try pouncing on the rebound. Loose ball work, good effort on the floor. But they're going to award the basketball to Amityville. They call a foul on Samantha Haber. So the Warriors will regain possession. 6-0 Bayport Bluepoint. 5:04 to go here in the first quarter. Last game, the Warriors got off to a slow start, also scoring just 2 points in the first quarter, being outscored. And here's a steal on the inbounds pass, put back in for an easy, uncontested layup. Maggott and Miller, and Bayport Bluepoint opens up this contest on an 8-0 run. Warriors trying to break the press. It's Robinson. She has it. Left side. Guarded by Rooney. Mathis. Three-pointer. Air ball. The attempt by Bonaparte won't go. Rebound pulled down by Bayport Bluepoint. Here comes Miller. Miller driving to the basket. Jumps up. Draws the foul. Basket won't go. But she'll go to the line for a pair. Foul is called on Jada Robinson, the freshman point guard. Amityville in their third game of the season. They will be playing a modified schedule this year with just 8 games altogether as the first shot does not fall. The playoff format will be kind of crazy. It will be over 2 days, and the top teams from each of the leagues will battle it out, and there will actually be 4 county championships crowned. As the second free throw doesn't go, there's a battle under the basket for the rebound, and Soraya Mathis pulls it down for Amityville. Tries to force a pass to Robinson. Instead, it's picked off and laid up and in for an easy basket by Kiara Rooney. And the score is now 10-0 Lady Phantoms. Rooney has 6 of those 10 points, and Coach Jackson would like to talk things over on the sideline. Still very early on here, but one of the things Amityville needs to do a better job of is getting off to a better start. I started talking about the last game. Interesting the way that this game played out at Islip. As I mentioned, the Warriors lost the first quarter 20-2, unable to get anything going offensively early on. In the second quarter, though, the defense picked up despite the fact that their offense wasn't clicking, and they lost the quarter 4-2. In the third quarter, not so good, giving up 20 points and scoring 5 of their own. But in the fourth quarter, the Lady Warriors did exactly what they did in their first game of the season and finished up strong. That was against Miller Place. And did lose the quarter, but were able to put 10 points up, lost 13-10. Final score, 57-19. So something this Amityville team is going to want to do is regroup and think about how can we get our offense going. And one of the ways they're going to have to do that is to figure out how to break this full court press. That's a lot of pressure to put on a young team. And Jada Robinson, who's been good in the front court when she has the ball, has struggled getting the ball up the court against the press. And I wonder if Coach is saying, you know, instead of trying to pass your way out of it where a lot of the turnovers seem to be taking place, instead, take it yourself. Drive up the court, draw a couple defenders to you, and then find the open warrior. Press is back on, not a full press. Miller and Haber in the backcourt as the Warriors set to inbound. It's Work looking for help. Pass off the fingers of Robinson. It trickles out of bounds. Smart play by Miller to let it go out, and Islip will take over. Another turnover for the Warriors out of the timeout. It's 10-0 Bayport Bluepoint. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and a good defensive play by Jada Robinson on the inbounds pass, but she knocks it out of bounds, and possession will go back to the Lady Phantoms. Inbounding, far sideline, it's Miller. Miller driving to the hoop. 3 Warriors surrounding her. Ball is tipped and picked up by Mathis. Warriors still having a difficult time getting it across half court. Work, hands it over to Bonaparte. Bonaparte looking for help, tries to force it to Quanisha Anthony, who's entered the game. But it goes out of bounds, and the Lady Phantoms, well, actually, the officials are now saying they're giving the ball to Amityville. Last touch was off the Lady Phantoms. The Warriors were actually moving back to their defensive side of the court. Inbound pass. In the game, it's Daviana Lucas getting her first action of the season. Warwick now has it, top of the key, sending it around the world back to Lucas. Lucas tries to drive, instead takes a step back, thinks about a shot. Good pass to Warwick. In between the circles, left side now, it's Mathis. Mathis dribbles middle of the court, and a shot clock violation. Coach Jackson screaming from the bench to put a shot up. Good ball movement by the Warriors, but unable to get a shot up before the buzzer sounded. Daviana Lucas is actually the sister of Devad Lucas, a senior who graduated from the boys basketball team last year. Devad Lucas, one of the key players on that Warriors team that went to a state championship just a few years ago. So we'll have to see. Lucas, only a 10th grader. This is her first ever game. We'll have to see if it's in the genes. Niblock has it for Miller Place. From the free throw line, a shot by Kennedy, won't go. Rebound by Niblock, and she puts it back. And Bayport Bluepoint goes up 12-0. 3:08 to go here in the first quarter. Press is still on. Probably good experience for Amityville here as they try to learn how to break it. Lucas has it. Double teamed, gets it across midcourt, taking it herself, loses the handle at the free throw line, and we get a jump ball. Possession arrow favors the Warriors, so they'll keep possession. Good hustle by Lucas. Good effort off the bench. Again, this is her first action here on the varsity level. Coach talked about how she's a little underdeveloped right now because she's still pretty new to this game, but I think you can see the athletic genes as she's playing tough right now. Miller Place has it, far baseline corner. Shot put up, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Phantoms. It's Fabrizio who just entered the game. That shot won't go. Loose ball in the paint, pulled down by Work. Warriors, numbers the other way. Mathis tries to take it to the hoop herself, loses the handle. And here come the Lady Phantoms. On a break, it's Niblock up with the left hand, and good. And it's 14-0. Niblock with the last 4 points here for the Lady Phantoms. 14-0, just over 2 to play here in the first quarter. Bonaparte brings the ball up the court to Lucas. Lucas taking over the point guard duties as Robinson gets a breather. Dangerous pass tipped by Fabrizio. And they're going to say last touch by Amityville. Bayport Bluepoint takes over. 14-0, 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Warriors still looking for their first basket of the contest. Rooney brings the ball up the court. Guarded by Lucas, gets around Lucas, pass to Niblock, goes to the basket, uncontested with the layup, and it's good. Niblock has scored the last 6 points for Bayport Bluepoint, and they build on their lead. It's 16-0. And another steal, this time by Miller. Shot goes up, no good by Fabrizio. Warriors are able to pull it down. Work looking for some help. She finds Lucas. Lucas brings it up near sideline, hands it over to Bonaparte. Back to Lucas. Lucas chases a loose ball, able to pick it up. Lucas now finds Mathis, top of the key, in between the circles, guarded by Miller. Hands it off to Lucas. Lucas, right wing, puts up the three, and it's just a little bit short. So the Lady Phantoms will take over with a 16-0 lead, 1:11 to go here in the first quarter. I'm very impressed with Daviana Lucas's effort here early on and her confidence with the basketball. As somebody who hasn't played, to be able to dribble the ball herself and get the ball up the court, I'm sure that's something Coach Jackson wants to see more of Jada Robinson. Miller Place has it. Pass down low in the paint. Uncontested shot for Valerius. Won't go. Rebound by Niblock. She puts up a 10-footer, and that rims around and falls through for an 18-0 lead. 48 seconds to go here in the first quarter, and Coach Jackson wants to talk things over with a timeout. So the Warriors having a difficult time guarding Alexis Niblock, and what seems to be happening is the Warriors are more towards the backcourt in their defense, and the Phantoms are finding people open in the lanes, driving to the basket. I mentioned before that Alexis Niblock, the senior forward, she's been on a tear. She scored the last 8 points for Bayport Bluepoint, and they've all been scored exactly the same way. Underneath the basket from the left side, pretty much uncontested. So Amityville's going to have to tighten up defensively on her. Both teams come back out onto the court. 18-0, under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Warriors looking to get on the board. Rooney in the backcourt, the only one for the Lady Phantoms. Crossover dribble, losing the handle is Lucas, but now she gets it across half court. It's Mathis. Mathis, good pressure by Bayport Bluepoint. And now Work thinks about driving to the basket, hits a wall, kicks it up to the top of the key. It's Mathis. Mathis, right wing, under 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Now it's Lucas. Lucas has it near baseline. Tries to force a pass to Mathis. Almost loses the handle. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Pass is tipped and stolen by Harubi. Harubi driving to the basket, lays it up and in. 20-0. 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Warriors still looking to get on the board. We're under 10 seconds to play. Mathis hands it over to Work. Work trying to take it herself. 3 seconds, looking for help. And time will run out before the Warriors can get a shot off. And this is where we stand at the end of one. It's the Bayport Bluepoint Lady Phantoms 20 and the Warriors nothing here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you are worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
This is Coach Cord, assistant coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
One quarter in the books here from Amityville Memorial High School, and right now Amityville has quite a hill to climb as they trail the Bayport Bluepoint Lady Phantoms by a score of 20-0. Things got off to a rough start for Amityville as their sophomore guard, Kiera Rooney, took the game over early on. She had 6 points in the first quarter. But coming on strong in the second half of the first quarter, Alexis Niblock with 8 points. And then things were finished off by Alyssa Hruby, who had the last field goal for the Lady Phantoms. So the Warriors trail 20-0. Inbounding the ball, they get possession first, right in front of us here. Press row. Pass over the head of Warwick, and it trickles harmlessly out of bounds on the far side of the court. And the Lady Phantoms will take over. Kennedy passes it in to Haber, the freshman guard, taking over the point guarding duties again. Robinson also back into this game. Rooney has it, hands the ball off, shot up, no good. And the Warriors will retain possession. Niblock trying to add to her total, couldn't get it to fall. Two Lady Phantoms in the backcourt with the press. Here comes Robinson. This time she's aggressive, gets it over at midcourt, but Magadan Miller, good defense as she picks her pocket from behind, but last touch off the Lady Phantoms. Warriors will inbound it right in front of the Bayport Bluepoint bench. Far sideline, it's handed in to Robinson. Robinson in between the circles, guarded by Miller. Quanisha Anthony in the game now for the Warriors as Michaela Warwick almost has the ball stolen. She finds Mathis, who has it right wing, and it's stolen away by Niblock. Niblock passes it far side, up to Miller. Miller taking it to the hoop herself, uncontested, and lays it up and in. 22-0. Isolate, make that Bayport Bluepoint on top. Amityville breaks the press. Robinson has it. Far sideline, double teamed, looking for help. In between the circles, long three-pointer by Mathis. Too strong, and the rebound pulled down by the Lady Phantoms. Rooney has it, finds Miller. Miller puts up the 10-footer, rims out. Rebound, pulled down by Amityville. And Robinson has it. Miller, good defense, almost strips her, but this time Robinson able to hold on to it. Mathis to Robinson, Warriors sending it around the world, but it's stolen away by Rooney. She drives to the basket, doesn't connect, but draws the foul. Smart foul by Jada Robinson. If you're going to do that, you have to make sure they don't hit the shot. It was close, but no go. So going to the free throw line to shoot a pair will be Kiara Rooney. Couple of substitutes here. Rihanna Smith enters the game for Amityville. Izzy Cherry also off the bench. She started this contest today. 22-0. Warriors trail. 6:24 to go until the half. Rooney gets to shoot a pair. Last game, Rooney had 6 points. Today, she has already matched that as the first free throw doesn't go. Sophomore puts up the second shot, and that doesn't go, and the ball goes out of bounds. Warriors will get possession. Niblock comes out of the game. Skylar Figg enters, the junior. Still 2 ladies back for a press. Pass inbounds, it's tipped, grabbed by Warwick. But they say when she grabbed it, her foot was on the sideline. So that is out of bounds. Turnover Warriors. And Bayport Bluepoint will inbound from the far sidelines. It's Miller. Miller, double team, puts up a shot. Rims around, doesn't fall. Loose ball in the paint. Fabrizio now in this contest. She's able to pull it out. In between the circles, she's going to slow things down. Bayport Bluepoint up 22-0. Fabrizio goes around a screen, looking for help. Plays catch with Rooney. Now Fabrizio puts up the shot. Won't go. Rebound pulled down by Quanisha Anthony. Warwick with speed. Loses the handle. Picks up her dribble. Now she needs help. Finds Robinson. Top of the key. Over to Smith. Smith has it. Her first touch of the game. Bounce pass inside. It's Anthony. Loose ball. Robinson able to get it back. Warwick puts up a shot from the free throw line. Strong off the backboard. Offensive rebound pulled down by Quanisha Anthony and is able to draw the foul. Good effort by the sophomore Quanisha Anthony as the foul is called on Natalie Fabrizio. 22-0, 5:34 to go until halftime. Warriors trail. Still looking for their first basket of the game. Warwick will inbound. Underneath the basket. For an open three-pointer, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Warwick. She puts up the shot, bounces around and falls, so the Warriors snap a 22-0 run to start this game. And now trail 22-2 as Miller Place down the court and answers right back. Alyssa Harubi with the basket. Warriors have it. It's Mathis. Mathis, right wing, throws it top of the key, Robinson. Robinson hands it to Warwick. Warwick bounce pass Mathis in between the circles. 12 on the shot clock. Passed back to Robinson, driving in the lane, puts up the shot, won't go. Rebound, fought for and pulled down by Cherry. We get a foul, and the foul is called on Rebecca Hoke, who has entered this contest. So good hustle on the boards by Izzy Cherry, able to draw that foul. Warriors get possession back, trailing 24-2. Looking for help. Kicks it out. Left wing off the hands of Robinson. She's able to recover. Forces a pass, but it's stolen by Harubi. Harubi takes it herself. Trying to get back is Anthony, but not in time as Harubi goes up with the left hand and puts it down. 26-2. 4:34 to go until the half. Fabrizio, the only person in the backcourt this time as the press is pretty much called off. Warriors able to beat it. Mathis, top of the key, finds Robinson. Robinson with the 15-footer, won't go. Rebound by Warwick. Warwick drives to the basket, up with the shot. That won't go. Battle for the rebound, and the Lady Phantoms pull it down. Fabrizio has it. Fast break. 3-on-2. She's going to take it herself. Up with the left hand, and it's good. 28-2 as we approach the 4-minute mark of the half. Warriors trailing. Mathis has the ball, driving in the paint, makes a nice move off the backboard and in. So that snaps a 6-0 run by Bayport Bluepoint. And on the other side of the court, a foul is called, but it will be an offensive foul. Warriors will get the ball back, trailing 28-4. 3:42 to go until halftime. Robinson has it, crosses the timeline, finds Mathis, right wing, to Warwick. Warwick drives in the paint, kicks it back out of Robinson, pump fakes, sends it over to Mathis. Now it's down low to Anthony. Anthony up with the shot, won't go. Good hustle by Warwick, getting control of the rebound. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Robinson has it, finds Warwick, 7 on the shot clock. Warwick needs help, back to Robinson. Robinson in the paint from the right elbow, puts up a shot, won't go, and the rebound pulled down by Valerius. 28-4, approaching the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Valerius hands it over to Natalie Fabrizio. In between the circles, guarded by Robinson. Fabrizio dribbles left hand in the paint, up with the shot, and Ruby hits. 30-4, just under 3 to play here in the second quarter. No press this time as Amityville brings the ball up the court. Robinson has it, crosses midcourt, Pass to Mathis, right wing, drives in the paint, puts up a shot, low block, rims around, won't go, but a foul is called. And Mathis will get to go to the charity stripe to shoot a pair. Mathis, one of the best players on this team, they want to get her going. And the best way to do that, especially when you trail by a lot, is to try to sink some free throws with the clock not going. As the first shot is up, and it's good. Mathis gets set for her second free throw. And she sinks them both. So now the Warriors trail 30-6 with 2:36 to go in the second quarter. Fabrizio has it. Bottom of the circle. Top of the key. Sends it over to Valerius. A long three-pointer, strong. Loose ball in the paint, rebound, pulled down by Quanisha Anthony. Here comes Work. Work trying to break through the defense. Stops, puts up a jump shot. It's blocked. And the Phantoms get it back. It's Valerius finding Fabrizio, uncontested with the layup, and it's good. 32-6 as we hit the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter. Dangerous pass to Mathis, but she pulls it down, puts up the 15-footer from the right wing. It won't go. Rebound underneath. Warriors have it. Up with the shot. Air ball maybe have been partially blocked by Skylar Fig, and here comes Fabrizio for the Lady Phantoms. Good pressure by Robinson defensively. Fabrizio able to keep the handle. She now sends it over for a shot, which won't go. Hubry fighting for the rebound. It's out of bounds. And Amityville will take over. And it looks like the entire roster will be turned over for Bayport Bluepoint as the bench comes into the contest. Magda Miller, who started this game, she's out on the court. Also Samantha Haber, Kiara Rooney, Maggie Kennedy, and Alexis Niblock. As the Warriors try to get the ball up the court, good defensive play by Haber. As she knocks it out of bounds, Warriors will keep possession. 32-6, 94 seconds to go until the half. Work, whose birthday is today, sweet 16. Coach wants her to score 16 points in this contest. She's more than capable of it as she inbounds to Robinson. Robinson, with 1:30 to go, finds Mathis. Mathis loses the handle but regains it, passes, chest pass back to Robinson. Plays catch with Mathis. Mathis with the three-pointer, too strong. Rebound pulled down by Miller. Miller on a fast break. Only one to beat is Robinson. Driving to the basket. Won't go, but standing right there to put it back is Kennedy. That won't go. Ball still bouncing around in the paint, and it's knocked out of bounds by the Lady Phantoms. So the Warriors get the ball back. 1:10 to go, trailing 32-6. And it looks like we have a timeout as Coach Jackson wants to talk things over with the Warriors. Remember, our next coverage will be this Monday as the Amityville boys basketball team gets set to take on Copeg here at Amityville Memorial High School. That game starts at 1:45, and we will have all the coverage for you right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network with the pregame show starting at 1:35. So we hope to see you then. And we thank you for joining us here on this Saturday morning as we bring you the third game of the year for the Lady Warriors. Amityville still looking to get their first win of the season. They have a lot of work to crawl back into this one, but so far this year, they've been a team that's played better in the second half of the game. 32-6, Amityville trails. No press this time by the Lady Phantoms as Robinson gives it over to Mathis. Mathis, right wing, driving in the lane, takes a step back, thinks about a shot. Instead, tries to force a pass to Bonaparte. It's tipped. Fast break, it's Miller down the other side, up with the right hand, and good. 34-6 as we're under a minute to go until halftime. Robinson crosses the timeline. Left wing, it's Mathis. To Robinson. And here's a three-pointer by Mathis. That won't go. Fight for the rebound. Warwick's able to pull it down. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. We get a whistle. And they're going to call a foul on Kiara Rooney. So the Warriors will inbound under the basket. Shot clock is turned off. 28.2 seconds to go until the half. Warriors trail by 28. Warwick pass, top of the key, Robinson. Robinson tries to get a pass to Mathis. It's stolen by Haber. Haber's going to take it herself. Good hustle getting back by Robinson. And she's called for the foul, but was able to prevent Haber from getting the basket. That's a matchup we talked about in the pregame show. The two freshman guards going against each other. So far, Haber probably getting the best of Robinson in this game. But 2 times now in this contest, Robinson has hustled back and prevented easy, fast break, wide open points. So Haber goes to the line where she'll shoot a pair and sinks the first one. 35-6, 21.7 to go. Second free throw is also dropped. 36-6, 30-point lead for the Lady Phantoms. Daviana Lucas back into the game as she'll take over the point guard duties. We're under 20 here to play in the half. Mathis has it, right wing. In between the circles, it's Lucas. Now Warwick left wing. Back to Lucas. Lucas dribbles right. 10 seconds to go. And Mathis grabs the ball but steps out of bounds. So the Lady Phantoms will have one more opportunity here before the half. 36-6, 8 seconds to go. Haber brings it up the court. It's Miller, 4 seconds. She thinks about a shot. Pass down low. They're going to run out of time. Miller's able to get the shot off at the buzzer, and it's short. So that brings us to halftime here on the campus of Amityville Memorial High School. The Warriors have quite a hill to climb here in the second half as they currently trail the Lady Panthers 36-6. But don't go anywhere. The halftime show is up next, right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you're worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
Si está enfermo con el COVID-19 o cree que podría haberlo contraído, tome medidas para ayudar a proteger a las personas para que no se enfermen. Quédese en casa, excepto para buscar atención médica. Llame al médico antes de ir. Apártese de las demás personas que vivan con usted. Use una mascarilla para proteger a los demás. Cúbrase la nariz y la boca con un pañuelo desechable cuando tosa o estornude y lávese las manos inmediatamente. Evite compartir artículos con otras personas de su casa. Esto incluye toallas y sábanas, por ejemplo. Asegúrese de que los platos se laven en agua caliente o en la lavadora automática de platos antes de que alguien más los use. Preste atención a cómo se siente. Si empieza a tener dificultad para respirar o está preocupado por su salud, llame al médico. Para más información visite cdc.gov/coronavirus-es.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. Learn more at wearebroadcasters.com/hope, furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Somos fuertes, somos resilientes y superaremos esto juntos. Pero son tiempos estresantes y es importante practicar también un buen cuidado personal. Es normal sentirse abrumado, sin embargo, hay esperanza. Comuníquese con alguien, conéctese con sus amigos, manténgase en contacto con su comunidad y sepa que no está solo. Obtenga más información en wearebroadcasters.com/hope. Gentileza de la National Association of Broadcasters y de esta estación.
This is Ashley Jackson, head coach at Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
This is the Warriors Basketball Halftime Show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And we are at the half, live here from Amityville Memorial High School. Matt Grice, Greg Dickerson joins me on the broadcast for the halftime show. Dina Wood producing and engineering. Paul Cimino behind the scenes for us today, operating the cameras and operating the live stream. Thank you so much for spending your Saturday morning here with us. Saturday of February break for these students. It's President's Week, but these Lady Warriors, along with the boys team, they're going to be working hard all week as this is a condensed season because of COVID. Both teams are playing 8 games in basically a 2.5-week stretch. And, if the Lady Warriors can make the playoffs, although that's going to be tough at this point, playoffs will be played over 2 days. Same with the boys basketball team. That's the expectation right now. But before we break down the first half for you, Greg, what were your thoughts on what you saw going right and what needs to improve for this Lady Warriors team?
Especially having definitely to improve on working together, passing, and shooting. They have wide open shots but never take them.
And that's something that they need to do a better job of trying to get. And I think you could see the start of that. Michaela Warwick was being more aggressive, driving to the basket to try to get defenders to swarm her so she could kick it back to somebody else. Still having a hard time with that pass when she's surrounded by opponents on the defensive side. But, I think you're right, Greg. I think that's the strategy here. Find more open looks because this team is struggling getting an open shot. To the Lady Phantoms' credit, every time Amityville goes to the basket or pulls up for a jumper, there's 2 people in their face. Let's take a look at how this game started off. So early on, it was pretty quiet, nothing, and then Bayport Bluepoint finally got on the board first. It was the 10th grader, Kiera Rooney, who got the field goal, and then it was followed by Magadan Miller, the senior. She was able to get a basket, and then Rooney again, and then Miller. So the 2 of them were kind of stealing the show early on, trading baskets. Amityville could not get on the board. And then Alexis Niblock, the senior starter, forward for the Lady Phantoms, she just went on a tear, scoring 8 points in a row for Bayport Bluepoint. And then finally, to end the first quarter, it was Alexa Hubry, the junior, who got her first basket of the game. So the quarter ended on a 20-0 run for the Lady Phantoms. And then right off the bat in the second quarter, Magadan Miller comes down and hits a bucket, 22-0 run, and finally Amityville is able to break through with a score.
Yeah, Rick definitely came back with the point and the score, but we need to have that out through the rest of the game.
Warwick, that would be her only basket of the first half. She has 2 points. The only other points for Amityville would come from Soraya Mathis, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. So Amityville is able to snap the 22-0 run with a field goal by Warwick. But then right away, Bayport Bluepoint goes on a 6-0 run. And this time it was Alyssa Hubry who took her turn getting some of the points. She was able to put 4 consecutive points together. And then off the bench, Natalie Fabrizio comes back with a field goal, 6-0 run. And that's when Soraya Mathis gets a field goal for the Warriors. So they're not doing so well here. But, if you have to start somewhere if you want to eat into this lead. And actually, on the other end of the court, Hubry responded from Mathis's points with a basket of her own. But then Mathis drove hard to the basket, drew a foul, did not hit the shot, but was able to go 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And I think if Amityville wants to come back in this game, they're going to have to be more aggressive under the basket. They're going to have to get to the free throw line, and they're going to have to make their opportunities so that they can score when the clock isn't running.
Yeah, that's one thing they need to improve on.
So after that, that was it for the scoring for the Warriors as Miller Place would end the first half on a 6-0 run. 36-6, this is where we are here at halftime. We want to remind you that our next coverage will be this Monday when the Amityville boys basketball team is back in action, and they will be taking on Monday Copeg here at Amityville High School. Tip-off is at 1:45. We will have all the coverage for you right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, starting with the pregame show at 1:35. So that should be exciting. Right now, the boys team is at Bayport Bluepoint trying to get a win over there. If we get an update on a score, we will certainly pass that information along to you. There's a bunch of other events going on today besides the boys and girls varsity basketball teams. Greg, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of these events coming up?
Okay. That's the wrestling boys wrestling varsity match against Rocky Point High School at 10 o'clock a.m. And Saturday, February 14th, the girls varsity game at 10:45 versus White Inch.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be a happy Valentine's Day for them. And then we get into Monday, and there's some more action on the 15th.
And on the 15th at 2 o'clock p.m., the girls varsity game is playing Melville at 12 o'clock p.m. Hoping that comes out with the win.
So it's certainly so. Again, it's President's Week. The schools are off, but these teams are all going to be working hard all around Suffolk County as they are grateful to have their seasons underway. And we will bring you as much coverage as we can. I keep saying this. I said it in the last broadcast too, Greg, how amazing it is that wrestling is able to get underway. And you feel for the seniors who get a chance to have their senior season. And all schools are doing extensive testing to make sure everybody's safe. And so far, knock on wood, that's been the case. Well, the two teams have come back out onto the court here as we get set for second half action. Amityville has some ground to make up as they trail at the half, 36-6, but don't go anywhere. Third quarter coming up right after this on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you are worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
This is Ashley Jackson, head coach at Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And welcome back to this beautiful new gymnasium here on the campus of Amityville Memorial High School as we get set to tip off the second half of action. Right now, Warriors trailing the Phantoms 36-6. And the Phantoms will start with possession as they will inbound far sideline right in front of press row. Maggie Kennedy on the court, and now they're going to switch sides and come right in front of us here on press row. Maggie Kennedy, Samantha Haber, Kiara Rooney, Alexis Niblock, and Natalie Fabrizio on the court for the Panthers as we have a loose ball in the paint. A jump ball is called. Good hustle by Jada Robinson, knocking the ball out. And possession favors the Warriors. So an early turnover here for the Lady Phantoms, and Amityville gets their first possession of the second half. Miller will put on some pressure in the backcourt as Robinson brings the ball up the court. She's joined by Warwick, Smith, Quanisha Anthony, Izzy Cherry, as we get a steal. On a fast break, it's Samantha Haber. She hands it over to Miller. Shot won't go. Good hustle by Robinson getting back. It goes out of bounds. But now the Warriors defensively will have a chance to regroup. And I have to say I'm impressed. Jada Robinson has done that 3 times now this game where a fast break was from the Lady Phantoms, and she was able to get back there and disrupt it. But it's all for naught as on the inbound pass, the Lady Phantoms are able to get the bucket, and that makes it 38-6, 7:22 to go here in the third quarter. Ill-advised pass picked off by Miller, but Robinson able to pick Miller's pass, get the ball back, and now it's poked out of bounds, but they're going to call a foul. And looks like the foul will be on Bayport Bluepoint. So Warwick will inbound the ball. Smith has it, back to Warwick. Warwick drives, gives it to Smith. Top of the key, over to Robinson. Robinson, back to Warwick. Warwick one step inside the three-point arc, left wing, it's Anthony. Anthony looking for a pass. Throws it into a double team. It's stolen by Niblock. Numbers the other way. Miller up with the shot, uncontested, and it's good. 40-6, 6:48 to go here in the third quarter. And it's Smith who almost has her pocket picked, able to regain her composure. Work has it, goes into the paint, forces up a shot, underhanded scoop, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Kennedy. Kennedy looking for help, finds Miller. Miller has it near baseline, bounce pass, left side, and the bucket is good by Maggie Kennedy. 42-6, 6:12 to go here in the third quarter. Smith needs help, finds Robinson. Robinson has it right wing. Double teamed, looking for help, gets it to Smith. Smith, top of the key, Work. Work fakes right, drives left, kicked back out to Smith. Smith picks up her dribble. Ball is tipped. Miller chases to the sideline. She's able to get it. Another fast break. Robinson trying to hustle back, but Miller will get the easy two. So Miller Place has opened up with an 8-0 run, 14-0 altogether going back to the second quarter, and they currently lead 44-6, 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Smith, left wing, gives it over to Anthony, back to Smith. Top of the key, tries to force a pass, picked away by Miller, and it's deja vu all over again as Miller drives to the lane, to the basket, uncontested, and gets her second bucket in a row. 46-6. Biggest lead of the game now for the Lady Phantoms as they are up by 40 with 5:15 to go here in the third quarter. Some substitutions off the bench. Skylar Figg enters the game. Alyssa Hubry comes back out onto the court. Rebecca Hoke. Fabrizio is out there. And in the backcourt, putting on pressure defensively, Alexis Valerius. Here comes Work. Work to Smith. Smith loses the handle, gets it back. Finds Robinson, top of the key, dribbles right, double teamed, gets it into Work. Work thinks about a shot. Instead, high pass to Smith. Smith's able to regain her composure. Dangerous pass. Robinson able to scoop it up. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Robinson has to hurry. Robinson dribbles right, comes back left, puts up a shot. It's good, but we have a whistle on the floor. Basket will not count. And a foul is called on Bayport Bluepoint. Alexis Valerius called for the foul. So the Warriors will get a fresh shot clock, trailing by 40 points, 4:47 to go here in the third quarter. It's Work. Inbounding to Smith. Smith back to Work. Guarded by Valerius. Right wing. Playing catch with Smith. Smith has it in between the circles. Over to Robinson. Robinson, right wing. Still guarded by Valerius as the Lady Phantoms are in the zone. Work thinks about driving. Instead, steps back. Hands it over to Robinson. Robinson back to Smith. Smith puts up the long jumper. Air ball. And it goes out of bounds. Bayport Bluepoint takes over. 46-6, 4:20 to play here in the third quarter as Fabrizio brings the ball up the court. Crosses the timeline. Bottom of the circle. She's met by Robinson. Dribbles. Left side. Left upper elbow in the paint. Kicks it back out to Hubry. Hubry gets it over to Fabrizio, puts up the tray and sinks it. 49-6, 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Smith has it, left wing. Pass is mishandled by Quenisha Anthony. It trickles out of bounds, and that'll be a turnover for the Warriors, trailing by 43 points, just under 4 to play here in the third quarter. Fabrizio brings the ball up the court. In between the circles, guarded by Robinson. Dribbles left, picks up her dribble, finds Valerius. Valerius puts up the tray. That won't go. Loose ball in the paint. Good hustle by Fabrizio, and we get a whistle and a foul, and it will be Warriors possession. 49-6, Amityville trails. 3:33 to go in the third. Threes across the board. Phantoms have pulled off their presses. Here's a pass to Work. Work driving to the basket, cutting hard, puts up the shot with the left hand. It doesn't go. Fight for the rebound underneath. Cherry, who's fresh off the bench, almost has it, but then has her pocket picked by Fabrizio. Fabrizio breaks down the court one-on-one, just Robinson to beat. Passes it over to Valerius, and she's able to drain it home. 51-6, Just over 3 to play in the third. Warriors have it. Pass, low corner to Anthony. Back to Smith. Smith, left wing, has it stripped right out of her hands by Valerius. Another fast break. Robinson hustling back, but there's nothing she can do about that, as Valerius has the last 4 points here for Bayport Bluepoint and builds on the Phantoms' lead 53-6, 2:37 to go in the third. Robinson's going to slow things down here. She crosses half court, feeds it to Work. Work dribbles with the left hand, left side, instead hands it off to Smith. Smith back to Robinson, right wing. High pass pulled down by Smith, left wing. Guarded by Valerius. Tries to get it back to Robinson. It's tipped away, and it's a 3-on-0. Fabrizio will take it herself off the glass and good. 55-6. Just over 2 to play here in the third. Amityville has turned the ball over a few times and has not gotten back quick enough on defense, as the Lady Phantoms have taken advantage of some fast break easy points. Let's see how Amityville responds as Work has it in between the circles. Chest pass over to Robinson. Robinson, right wing, guarded by Fabrizio, drives baseline, top of the key, it's Smith. Smith thinks about a shot, instead picks up her dribble, back to Robinson. Robinson drives from the lower left block, won't go, loose ball, out of bounds, and Amityville will keep possession. Fresh shot clock as the Warriors trail 55-6. Work inbounds under a basket, finds Smith, puts up a shot, air ball, fight underneath the basket for the rebound. It's Cherry, and we get a foul called. Izzy Cherry has done that a couple of times in this game today, where she's used her size as an advantage to draw a foul, trying to pull down an offensive rebound. Warriors have it. Work trying to get a pass into Robinson. Good defense by Fabrizio. She tips it away, and Valerius drives to the basket, rolls around, won't go, but the Warriors still not back on defense, and Fabrizio able to get the rebound and put in the easy 2. 57-6, 1:16 to go here in the third quarter. Robinson, Work, right wing, Work, drives, left elbow, shot off the backboard, no rim, rebound by Cherry. This time she has it poked out of her hands and out of bounds, but Cherry is starting to become a force on the boards here for the Warriors. 57-6 as we hit the 1 minute mark of the third. Fabrizio has it in between the circles, guarded by Robinson. Dribbles right, now switches over, crossover left, hands it over to Hubie. Hubie in the paint. Now Valerius looking for help, finds Fabrizio, puts up the long 2, won't go, 42 seconds left, loose ball, and Hoke brings down the rebound for the Lady Phantoms. Hoke trying to take it herself, picks up her dribble, shot put up by Fig, and Fig drains it. 59-6, shot clock turned off, 30 seconds left. Warwick has it, right wing. 20 seconds to go in the third. Pass is tipped out of bounds. Warriors will keep possession, as that pass was intended for Quanisha Anthony, the sophomore. And we've talked about this. This is a young Warriors team, and every minute they spend out on the court is a minute of experience that will help their game grow. And hopefully in the next year or so, this team will be ready to compete on a serious level. As Smith has her pocket picked with 15 seconds left, 2-on-0, uncontested, nobody getting back for the Warriors. And Fabrizio with the easy layup, 61-6, 5 seconds left. Work throws it in bounds. Robinson has it, 2 seconds, half court, 1. She chucks it at the basket and hits nothing but the back wall in the gym. And that's where things will end here at the end of the third quarter. Amityville finds themselves in a 61-6 hole. Fourth quarter action coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you're worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
This is Ashley Jackson, head coach at Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warrior Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
As we are set to start the fourth quarter of action here on the campus of Amityville Memorial High School, the beautiful new home court for the Lady Warriors, but they have what will probably be an impossible task, trailing 61-6. But in an act of sportsmanship, both teams have agreed to turn the scoreboard off for the fourth quarter. So this is an opportunity for Amityville to get some experience. They don't have to worry about what the score is. They should take some risks, drive to the basket, try to get to the free throw line, and we'll see if they're able to take advantage of that here. So 61-6 is the official score, but at this point, the scoreboards are turned off here at Amityville High School as we get set to inbound for the start of the fourth quarter. Sportsmanship, the key here. You know, you never see this in a college game or in the pros. It's rare that it happens, but a really nice move by head coach Tony Mulgrave, who recognizes the fact that both of these teams are battling out there, and you don't want to embarrass anybody. But as I just mentioned, this is an opportunity for Amityville to gain some experience, take some risks, do some things that maybe they do in practice but are hesitant to try in a real game, because now they don't have to worry. And that can help them moving forward, as there are still 5 games remaining in the Lady Warriors regular season. Lady Warriors next in action on February 14th, Valentine's Day, as they travel to Wyandanch, which was actually the last game Amityville won last year. They defeated Wyandanch almost 13 months ago exactly on January 13th, 78-28. In the game now, Daviana Lucas, and she is hustling all over the place but loses the ball. It's stolen away by Maggie Kennedy. Maggie Kennedy looks for Miller. Miller, fast break, work on her, but the shot is up and in. Miller with the bucket as we start the fourth quarter. 27-0 run now for the Lady Phantoms. Work, drives left side, puts up a shot, and draws the foul. That's what Coach Jackson, I'm sure, wants to see. Get to the basket, draw the foul, be aggressive, and try to get some free points with the clock stopped. Work, a multi-sport athlete. The future of this program here. She's only a sophomore, but as she gains confidence and strength, she is going to be quite a force to be reckoned with. Kind of reminds me of a Jordan Tobin from last year a little bit. Just a little hesitant to take those last couple of steps to the basket, but that time she does the job. First free throw is up, rims around, and finally falls, snapping a 27-0 run. Work, whose birthday is today, sweet 16. Her coach asked her to score 16 points. It can still happen, but either way, I think she's having a little party afterwards, so hopefully she can celebrate. Well-deserved. Good effort today. As the second free throw rims out, loose ball is pulled down by Niblock. Pass up the court, it's Haber. Haber has her pocket picked by the sophomore Daviana Lucas, sister of Devad Lucas, last year's senior on the Amityville boys basketball team. It's Work. Work, thinking about driving, picks up her dribble, kicks it back out to the top of the key to Lucas. Lucas sends a pass over to Bonaparte, tipped out of bounds by Kiera Rooney, and the Warriors will keep possession. 18 on the shot clock, 7:08 on the game clock here in the fourth quarter. Work looking to inbound. Bounce pass, gets it into Cherry. Cherry has it stolen away. Here comes Haber. Haber drives to the basket, up with the layup, and it's good. Haber, the freshman guard, gets on the scoreboard again. As we mentioned, the scoreboard has been turned off other than the clock in the interest of sportsmanship. As Work drives to the basket. Shot won't go. Rebound pulled down by Anthony. And they're going to say a foul on the floor as Niblock, good effort trying to strip that ball away from Anthony, but they'll call a foul on the floor against the Lady Phantoms. It'll be Work inbounding under her own basket. 6:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Pass to the right wing, it's Lucas. Lucas showing a lot of confidence for somebody with not a lot of experience although that's an ill-advised pass intended for Aaliyah Bonaparte, tipped out of bounds, but Warriors will keep it. Inbound, far sideline, right in front of the Warrior bench. Work, trying to get it to Lucas. Throws it in the backcourt. It's a race for the ball. Good hustle by Lucas. She's able to come up with it. Swarming defense by Haber. It's the sophomore versus the freshman, and Lucas has her pass picked. Driving down the other way for the easy layup from the left side is Kiera Rooney, the 10th grader, and she adds to her total as 2 more points go on the board for the Lady Phantoms. Lucas trying to force a pass again. Goes out of bounds. Miller with the tip. A referee setting a pick there that actually helps out the Warriors. And Warwick will inbound with a smile on her face right in front of us here on press row. Work trying to get it into Lucas. Instead, tries to force it to Cherry. It's tipped out of bounds, and right now the Warriors are trying to make some difficult passes. Good defense by the Phantoms, but it keeps going out of bounds in favor of Amityville. So Warwick will try again. Near baseline, front court, gets it in to Cherry. Cherry right back to work, driving to the basket, up with the shot, won't go, and the rebound's pulled down by Niblock. Here comes Miller with numbers the other way. Gets a pass down, shot won't go by Haber. Rebound put up and in by Maggie Kennedy. And that's 2 more on the board for Bayport Bluepoint. Again, the scoreboard has been turned off other than the clock. 5:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. Lucas to Warwick. Warwick drives, kicks it out Anthony. Anthony, long 2-pointer, too strong. Rebound by Cherry underneath. That won't go. Another battle for the rebound, and it's pulled down by the Phantoms. Driving to the basket, it's Haber, and she lays it up and in. 5:16 to go here in the 4th quarter. I like the aggressiveness that's being shown by Warwick here. I also like the confidence that Lucas is showing. This could be something that Amityville builds on as they prepare for their next contest. 5-minute mark here in the 4th. Lucas loses the handle, goes out of bounds, and it will be Phantoms basketball as 5 subs will come in for the Phantoms. And that's, again, showing good sportsmanship, trying to get your whole bench a chance to play. In the game, Skylar Figg. Alexis Valerius, who's been really good off the bench today. Alyssa Ruby is out on the court. And Fabrizio is back out there along with Hoke. At the top of the key, losing the handle, it's Valerius. And it's going to go back court. So the Warriors will take over. 4:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. Scoreboard turned off. Inbound pass to Lucas. Lucas crosses midcourt. Guarded by Valerius. Crossover dribble, fakes right. Instead, chest pass over to Warwick. Hands it back to Lucas. Lucas, right wing, over to Bonaparte, who's back in the game. Now Warwick has the ball stripped. Another fast break down the court. Hubry drives to the basket, uncontested, 4-on-0, and gets the easy 2. 4:11 to play in the 4th. Amityville brings the ball up the court. Daviana Lucas taking her time, finds Warwick left wing. Fakes left, passes right, it's Lucas. Lucas runs into Fabrizio, keeps control of the ball, drives to the basket, pulls down her own rebound, pulls it back out, left baseline, brings it out to the wing, tries to get a pass over to Bonaparte. Instead, it's picked off by Hubry, and once again, she drives down and lays it up and in for the easy basket. 3:36 to go in the 4th quarter. Lucas takes a deep breath, slowly brings the ball up the court. Finds Warwick, left wing. Warwick fakes the pass left, back to Lucas in between the circles. Now it's Bonaparte, right wing. Dribbles inside the 3-pointer, gets it out to Warwick. Warwick drives to the basket, up with the shot. It's good, and the foul. That's what this team wants to see from Michaela Warwick as she has a chance to complete a 3-point play for the Warriors. A lot of expectations on Warwick this year. We've talked about this before. Last year, this Lady Warrior team was top heavy with a lot of experience and a lot of senior leadership. And when their season came to an end, somebody needed to step up and take over in that role as Work completes the three-point play. And Work showing some strong aggression here. Hopefully some building blocks moving forward for Amityville. Approaching the 3-minute mark of the fourth, it's Hubry. Hubry has it, top of the key. Three-point shot put up, banked in by Natalie Fabrizio. And we are under the 3-minute mark here with the scoreboard turned off. Lucas to Work, left wing, back to Lucas. Lucas dribbles left side to Work, top of the key, drives in the paint, loses it, gets it back, puts up the shot, and we have another foul. And Work will get another opportunity to shoot a pair. First game of the season, what we saw over here was Work started to drive into the paint and would pull back and would kind of be caught in between. Did she want to pass it or did she want to shoot it? And was called for a couple of traveling violations. And this game, as the game has gone on and Work sinks the first of 2 free throws, she's becoming much more aggressive, drawing fouls under the basket and getting herself to the free throw line. But more importantly than that, she's converting on her free throw shots as that one is too strong. Rebound pulled down by Fabrizio. Fabrizio dribbles, far sideline, gets a pass off to Hubry. Hubry with Robinson in her face, swats it away. It's out of bounds. And possession will remain with the Lady Phantoms. Fig will inbound just to the left of her own basket. It's Hubry, puts up a long shot, won't go. Rebound chased down by Anthony, but she loses the handle, and now Fabrizio has it. Bottom of the circle, good defense by Lucas. Ball out of bounds right in front of us here, and the Warriors will regain possession. 2:18 to go in the fourth quarter. Work near sideline inbounds to Lucas. Lucas and Work starting to build a little chemistry, playing catch with each other here in the fourth quarter of action. Robinson on the court along with Lucas, so we haven't seen that before, getting the 2 point guards out there at the same time. Lucas in trouble in the far corner, baseline, gets it back, drives to the lane, blocked, rebound, pulled down under the basket by Rebecca Hoke, and we get a whistle, and a foul is called on Amityville. So the Lady Phantoms will take over. It's Fabrizio, bottom of the circle, passes it over to Hoke. Hoke puts up the long tray, it won't go, rebound by Work. Work finds Lucas. Lucas thinks about sprinting instead, crossover dribble, slows things down, almost a double dribble, but the ball is tipped away. Lucas taking it herself, it's short, and the rebound's pulled down by Fig. Here comes the Lady Phantoms. Driving to the basket, it's Valerius. Goes up with the left hand, won't fall. Rebound pulled down by Robinson. Robinson gets it ahead to Lucas. It's a 3-on-3. Lucas can't control the ball. Good hustle getting back on defense by Skylar Fig. We get a whistle, though, and a foul. Amityville will keep possession. That's something we haven't seen a lot of. Or I take that back. It's out of bounds on the Warriors. So we haven't seen a lot of fast break opportunities for Amityville in this young season. That was a missed opportunity as Hoke drives to the basket, loses the ball in the paint. Work jumps on it. We get a jump ball, and possession remains with the Phantoms. Fig inbounds to the left of her basket. Passes it out to Valerius on the right wing, puts up the 3. It's short. Rebound by Fig underneath. That won't go. And the rebound is pulled down by Cherry. Cherry doing a nice job on the glass today as here comes Work. Work with wheels, sprinting to the basket. Good defense on the double team by both Valerius and Fig. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. Possession back in favor of Bayport Bluepoint. Fabrizio still pushing the tempo. Finds Valerius. Valerius drives to the basket. Up and in. Under a minute to play here in the fourth quarter with the scoreboard turned off in the interest of sportsmanship. Warriors looking to answer back. Lucas in between the circles to her fellow point guard Robinson. Robinson left wing. 35 to play in the game. Lucas finds Work. Low right block. Bounce pass underneath. Won't go by Anthony. But Amityville able to get the rebound, and Work puts it up and in. 24 seconds remaining. Shot clock is turned off. And a great effort by Warwick as she tries to intercept the pass intended for Alexis Valerius, but it goes out of bounds. The Lady Phantoms have it back. Valerius underneath the basket, puts up a shot, no good. Cherry with the rebound. Now it's Anthony. 14 seconds remaining in the game. Tries to get it to Robinson. That pass picked off by Fig. Fig to Fabrizio. Under 10 seconds to play. That ball is out of bounds, and the clock stops at 6.9 seconds remaining. Michaela Warwick clapping, very happy that her team's going to get one more chance. I love the enthusiasm, the team not giving up despite the score. 5 seconds left. We'll see if Lucas holds on to it or puts up one more shot. 1 second, and Amityville decides to hold on to the ball. As time expires here at Amityville High School, the Bayport Bluepoint Phantoms defeat the Amityville Warriors. Last we saw on the shot on the scoreboard, it was 61-6. Warriors coming up on the short end of the stick. But don't go anywhere. We'll break this one down in the postgame show next on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
If you are sick with COVID-19 or think you might have it, take steps to help protect other people from getting sick. Stay home except to get medical care. Call the doctor before visiting. Separate yourself from others who live with you. Wear a mask to protect others. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue and clean your hands right away. Avoid sharing items with other people in your home. This includes things like towels and bedding. Be sure dishes are washed in hot water or the dishwasher before anyone else uses them. Stay aware of how you feel. If you start to have difficulty breathing, or if you are worried about your health, call your doctor. For more tips, visit cdc.gov.
This is Coach Cord, assistant coach for the Amityville Warriors, and you are watching Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
And thank you for joining us here on the post-game show on the Amityville Broadcasting Network as the Warriors come up short against the Bayport Bluepoint Lady Phantoms. The unofficial final score being 61-6. In the interest of sportsmanship, both teams decided to do the right thing and turn the scoreboard off for the fourth quarter. But there are certainly some things that Amityville has to work on that we will break down for you here. Matt Grice, Greg Dickerson, and Dina Wood behind the scenes, producing and engineering. Paul Cimino doing all the hard work with the camera work and making sure that we are on the air. Despite the fact that the score did not favor Amityville, a lot of turnovers early, having trouble breaking the pass, there were definitely some things that this team improved upon as the game went on.
Yeah, like passing got improved, the shooting got improved, but the number one they need to work on is like scoring.
You couldn't have said it better, Greg. This is the issue here, and you know I like the hustle that the Warriors have shown on both sides of the ball, but they have a difficult time getting the ball up the court, and a lot of that has to do with inexperience in their guard play. Jada Robinson, I thought she was better today than she was in her first game, as she should be getting better each time out there. But I was very impressed with Daviana Lucas, who came in off the bench and got her first action ever. 10th grader, sister of now graduated Devad Lucas on the boys basketball team. So you would have to think it's in the genes. And despite the fact that she didn't have a lot of experience, she was out there with confidence. She would drive to the basket. Had a little trouble with the passing, as you said, Greg. But this is somebody that, as only a sophomore, might be a really pleasant surprise for the Lady Warriors.
Yeah, it is a good surprise. Thought they were going to come out with the win, but unfortunately they didn't, but they got next time.
So let's break this one down. The first quarter starts with a 20-0 run, and that's where the first quarter ends. The Lady Phantoms would end up making it a 22-0 run until Michaela Warwick would get the Warriors on the scoreboard, trailing 22-2. And Warwick, the birthday girl, is somebody that I think we need to talk about a little bit in terms of what she was able to do in the fourth quarter of play to improve her game. First couple of games, it seems like she's been hesitant to drive to the basket. Now, Greg, you've been part of the varsity basketball team, and you know what it takes to see a state championship for a team. How important is it to be aggressive and be able to drive to the basket, get those three-point plays, get to the free throw line?
It's really I gotta say it's really hard, really tough. But these boys was able to make it through, make it easy for them, especially with these guys. They are one of a kind, especially with Josh Ryan on the team. It made it easy.
You're going back to the real glory days when they won that championship. That must have been a fun time.
Yeah, it was.
So something that Michaela Warwick, I think, is starting to try to emulate a little bit. You saw that at the end. She was able to get to the free throw line twice in the fourth quarter, hitting 3 out of 4 free throws, because that's the other key to this. It's not just about being aggressive and getting to the line. You have to convert. So she was starting to show flashes of what this program expects from her in the future moving forward. And if she can continue to build on that, despite the fact that the Warriors lost big today, that could be a really good sign for this team moving forward.
Yeah, real big sign.
So, unfortunately, in the third quarter, Amityville would give up another 25-0 run. It would be expanded to 27 until a free throw was hit by Warwick early in the fourth quarter. And at that point, we turned off the scoreboard. The right thing to do out of sportsmanship, but we'll say 61-6 the final score, even though we don't have the official tally for you. The Warriors come up a little bit short. Before we get out of here, let's just talk about our next broadcast. We'll be back with you on the air right here on the Amityville Broadcasting Network, and that game will be on Monday, President's Day. Everybody's got off, but the basketball players will be working hard. We're going to be working hard as well as the boys varsity basketball team hosts rival Copeg here in their brand new gymnasium. It's a 1:45 tip, and we have the pregame show starting right here on AVBN at 1:35, 10 minutes before that. So we're looking forward to that. But, Greg, before we get out of here, final thoughts on today's contest for the Lady Warriors.
Let's see. Hard work, more hard work, driving, play a lot harder. They can get a lot better.
Well said, Greg, and I'm sure that's the message that Coach Jackson is delivering right now in the locker room. So, a final from Amityville Memorial High School, unofficially 61-6. The Lady Warriors come up short in this one, but they had some positive things as they move forward and get set for their next contest, which will take place at Wyandanch on Valentine's Day, the last team that they defeated. For Greg Dickerson, Dina Wood, Paul Cimino, I'm Matt Grice saying have a good night from Amityville Memorial High School.
Go to AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.